Zooming in Logic Pro is of course very important as part of your workflow, because sometimes you want to be able to zoom in specific parts and make edits or move stuff around. So it's nice to have a couple ways to zoom in and out of your project really fast. Logic offers quite some ways to zoom in and out. The first of them is pretty obvious. It's in the top right hand corner of your screen. You can use these two sliders to zoom in vertically or horizontally. And these work as advertised. You zoom in pretty deep from the playhead. And if I want to return to my original zoom, I just hit the screen set and there I am back. Personally, I never use these two zoom sliders because they're just located a bit inconvenient, if you ask me, going back and forth to the top right corner all the time. So lucky me, there's a couple other ways to zoom in and out. One of them is to place the playhead somewhere in this ruler here. And then while holding Control Option, I can drag down the playhead to zoom in like so and back up. Nice try, Logic Pro, but this is only for horizontal zooming. Plus, and there's the kicker, as soon as I do this in playback, playback will continue from the point where I place my playhead to zoom in. And I really don't think that is smart. Look. See, so I don't think that's the brightest way to be zooming. So that's two. We got the sliders and we got the playhead, none of which really work for me. A third way, and it gets better from here, is using key commands. I think most people use these. If you go to the key commands window and type in zoom, you get exactly those commands: horizontal out, horizontal in, vertical out, and vertical in. And also a couple unassigned zooming key commands that you can check out and experiment with. Some of these are real handy. You can try them out. But the most important ones are already assigned, obviously, to Control, Option, and the arrow keys on the keyboard. The horizontal arrows and the vertical arrows. And as you can see, I'm using them right now. Works really nice and fast. A fourth way of zooming in vertically is just to grab the track and pull it up and down like so for individual track zoom, if you want to make a real mess of your arrangement. But I prefer the superior way of zooming in Logic Pro, and that is, of course, using the zoom tool. And that is that little magnifier glass that you find in the tool menu under number 9. But I wouldn't even bother going to the tool menu first, because not only do we get this left click tool and the command click tool in Logic Pro, but there's also a third default tool that appears when I click Control Option on my keyboard. See, there's the zoom tool. If I click and hold it, I can actually use it. And that works by just rubber band selecting anything in my arrangement with the zoom tool. If I want to return to my previous zoom level, I just do it again, but I click on the selection and I go back one zoom level each time I do that. Right? So for instance, if I want to zoom in on the kick, this one, or maybe one in the middle right here, I just click and hold Control Option, drag over it, and I'm zoomed in. Do that again and again and again. We can zoom in really far. Each time I click using the zoom tool, I go back one level, right? So we're back where we started. So this is, if you ask me, the superior way of zooming in Logic Pro.